Hi, welcome to Tony's Quick Tips. We all know that training in some of the soft skills for professionals has been waning for some years. And the result is that the job of giving advice has become harder for some folk than it has to be. And let's be clear about where sales meets professional advice. Our role as professional advisors is to help coach behavioural change. That is, we have to help clients convince themselves that there's a better course of action than the path they're currently on. Now, that requires us to have some sales skills and to know when to use them ethically. The first place in the advice process where there's a moment of tension that requires a little bit of sales technique is the transition from rapport or relationship building to getting down to the business of the day. It's a tension point. If we spend too long on the relationship building and we make great friends, we end up with a poor business because we've failed to do the job of getting on with coaching our clients to change direction. On the other hand, if we spend too little time at the rapport building, we fail to establish the basic trust which is required for clients to give serious consideration to our suggestions. So it's critical to get the balance right, but just as critically, we need to make the transition smoothly from rapport to business. Now, the objective is for us to be in control of the interview without making clients feel like they are being controlled. When the time is appropriate to move from chit-chat to getting down to business, there's a simple technique which manages to achieve exactly that. How are you placed for time today? It's a polite question which on the surface appears to place primary value upon the client's time. Now, realistically, there's only two answers they'll come up with. So the next steps are totally predictable and they can be managed smoothly. Clients are either going to say, I have loads of time, take as long as you need, have all day. Or they're going to say, I've only got X amount of time for this meeting, that's all allocated. Now, regardless of which answer they give you, we've just transitioned from discussing the business to getting on with the business. So the primary objective of smoothly moving from chit-chat has been achieved. If you run into the client who apparently has all the time in the world, we simply say, that's great, but unfortunately, I have to be at so-and-so at such and such a time. So as much as I'd love to talk about the football, I suppose I'd better get on with what you expected me to get on with. So we're in control without making the client feel controlled. And we achieve that by suggesting that the pressure was always on us to deliver to the client's expectations. Now, when the client has a finite amount of time, then we just use the latter part of the bridge. Okay, then I suppose that I'd better get on with what you expected me to get on with. Now, it's a simple technique which requires little practice. And the key to handling the transition at the first big tension point is the simple question, how are you placed for time today? That's the quick tip for today.